Earlier we showed you sprint car highlights from Port Royal Speedway on Saturday. So let's return to the track and catch some action from the late model feature. We pick things up at the start of the race in turn 1, where through a cluster of cars, Tim Wilson in the 3 finds an opening to separate himself from the pack. 4 laps in, and we have Jason Miller on his roof. He was okay. Wilson also suffered damage in the accident. On the restart, we now have Waylon Wagner, who started 6th, on the point, followed by Gray and Brian Sipe. Scotty Haas is 5th, but dives low to take the 4th spot from Bob Dunn. On a lap 5 restart, Haas grabs 3rd away from Sipe as they enter turn 3. Just past the halfway point, Gray gets a strong run off of turn 2 to challenge Wagner, but Wagner opens it up a little more as they race into 3. Gray tries again, but has to watch out for Haas, who is closing on him. On lap 16, Gray bobbles through the turn and loses 2nd place to Haas. Wagner holds on to take the checkers in the 20-lapper. Waylon, congratulations on the win. It didn't take you very long to get up front.
Yeah, we tried. Everybody told me like we better get a jump right off the get-go, and we did, and followed Gray there for a little while, and he messed up a little bit, and we got the lead then.
I understand you knew Haas was coming, and you were kind of just hanging in there, just biding your time, and you kind of started opening back up again when you knew Haas was closing on you.
Yeah, the guys, they kept giving me a whole bunch of distance, and I kept backing out of the throttle, and I started messing up some, and then I seen them guys like closing their hands together, and I figured Haas was coming on me, so we started running a little bit harder into the corners, and it worked out fine for us there.
They changed the track up here this week, and you said you were junk in the warm-ups. What did you do to the car?
We had to free the car up a lot. I went out there in the warm-ups, we pushed really bad, and we just took a lot of wedge out of the car and made it freed up, and it turned pretty good there in the feature.
Now you're a regular here. You like the efforts that are made here with the track?
Yeah, they did a really good job tonight. Like they said about the dust and all that, and the track was getting really hard, and that I guess they worked on it all week long, and it kept driving the track all night.
Now you've had a pretty good season, a couple wins here and 3 up at Clinton County. Now you have a for sale sign on the car. Why?
We was just, I don't know, throwing stuff around. They make a couple different new cars, and we was thinking about just selling both of our cars and going back to one. It's getting a little too expensive having 2 cars.
So here's your top 5 in the late models. It's Waylon Wagner, followed by Scotty Haas, Tim Gray, Bob Dunn, and Andy Haas. And in the Powder Puffs, Jen Powell takes the win over Teresa Kepner, Sharon Ocker, Violet Leach, and Tammy Speece. On Sunday, Dog Hollow Speedway played host to the UFO Super Late Model Series. 44 laps with $5,000 to win. So let's see who took home the top prize. The front row starters were Chad McClellan in the 119 and Jamie Latham in the 6. McClellan beats Latham into the first turn, but Latham finds an opening on the bottom to take the lead. A couple of laps in, and Jason Covert is working his way to the front after starting 10th. Here he gets around Matt Lux to pick up a spot. Just in front of him, Jared Miley loops it to bring out a caution. After the restart, Dave Blazevich in the 18 takes 3rd place away from Greg Satterley. On a restart, watch for the 28 of Clay Copeman as he uses the outer groove to pick off cars. And those are no slouches either. He is going to power his way up to the 3rd position when he gets by the 22 of Satterley. Copeman would eventually get up to 2nd before fading. After spinning early in the race, Jared Miley in the H1 wasted no time in getting back inside the top 10. There wasn't much to talk about up front. Latham was unchallenged most of the race. With 3 laps to go, Keith Barber slows to bring out the caution. This gives Covert a shot to overtake Latham, but Latham pulls away while Covert has to contend with Jeremy Miller. However, the yellow flies again before a lap is completed. On the final restart, Latham once again appears to have the advantage, but Covert drives deep into turn 1 and is able to take the lead from Latham as they go down the backstretch. Covert holds on to take home the $5,000 winner's check. I spoke with him afterwards. How'd you get around Latham?
Well, there on them long runs, my tires got a little hot and I got to skating pretty good. And that yellow, the next to last one wasn't very, was a very short one. That last one lasted, seemed like, 5-10 minutes. And it left me cool my tires down. And the track actually was starting to get wider where you could race all over it. And I was able to get in the middle and to the top. And it just got where I could make speed, and it caught him. I think he was in that bottom and pushed a little bit, and I just happened to make enough speed to get by him. I mean, he really did a good job.
Now, you've only raced here once. I was in a limited late model quite a few years ago. What do you think about super late model racing here at Dog Hollow?
Well, I like having more power. When we were up here before, I was probably about 200 horsepower under. But pretty neat little place. I think starting early in the day hurt us a little bit with the racetrack because it got kind of one-laned in the heat races. But we were capable. The car was really good tonight. The guys worked hard on it. I crashed the other car last night. We had to put that one together this morning. We all got up early and put that thing out. We had that at Ohio last week. So all the credit goes to the guys for working so hard. They deserve that win.
With all the tracks that you run at, can you compare Dog Hollow to any of them? Could you use any previous notes?
Yeah, I kind of used my Heston notes that we used down at Heston. That's basically the same setup I run, and a little different tire because the way the track was. We took a little bit of a chance, and it worked out, with the yellows. That came to us. If it had been a long run, no yellows, Jamie had the best car. But on the short little run there at the end, we had a better car for that, for that little short run. But yeah, it's more like Heston. I kind of like it.
Now, you run for the big money in a lot of places. What do you think of the UFO series?
Well, I like it. I don't know that I enjoy the pill draw and then redraw and this and that. If you win your heat, and then I started 10th after winning my heat. The worst I think I should have started was 5th, with 5 heat races. But I think they do a good job. They're catering to the fans. I think the fans like to see the faster guys. But everybody's fast now. When you put your speed behind all the good guys, that really makes her tough. So I like it. We're gonna go to a few of them. We're gonna go wherever there's money close enough to us. It's just I just like to see it a little different if you win your heat. But that's my opinion. It don't mean I'm right.
So it's Covert, Latham, Miller, McClellan, and Miley making up your top 5. And here are other results from Dog Hollow. We'll be back right after this.